Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Surprise Thursday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Jada Toys 1/32 scale Hollywood Rides Back to the Future 3 Time Machine, or DeLorean. Let's get into it! Let's go back in time, or maybe forward in time, I guess, with this one, with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, we've got a hook, and it's in place. Usually, a lot of times, they fall down inside the packaging there. Back to the Future 3. Does it say part right there? Let's see. It does say part. So, part 3. Then we have a nice window giving you a partial view of the top of the vehicle, and also let some light in there from the top to help you see it inside the packaging. And that window, of course, wraps around here to the front. Jada, 8 and up, die cast. And then there's some nice artwork of the time machine. Time Machine, Back to the Future Part 3. On the bottom, Jada, symbols I'm not going to learn. Don't give it to babies. You need a screwdriver, universal, and a barcode. And then that window from the top to the front and to this front side. Or, well, this is the front. So this is the side. But I'll say it's the front side because the front of the car is here. So anyway, so Back to the Future 3. We've got some nice rivets there. And a window giving you partial view of the front of the car. Then on the other side, Back to the Future Part 3. And a sticker and some other rivets. Then on the back, rivets along the top. Back to the Future Part 3. JadaToys.com. Nice product shot of the time machine. Time machine, small fine, legalese print, Hollywood Rides, made in China print, Jada Toys, and here's their address. I hope you caught that. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the vehicle. And, you know, nothing really too new about this. I think there's a new wash on this, and of course the wheels are all new to match what was in the movie, and this overlay piece here on the hood again to match how it appeared in Back to the Future Part 3. But everything else appears to be the same as the Back to the Future Part 2 car, which, you know, that holds with what was in the movie. And again, it's, you know, it's got, looks like this wash all over it just to kind of dirty it up a bit, and I think that's pretty cool. And then this piece on the front here, it's nice chromed out, and then of course the straps to hold it down. On the bottom here, it tells you it's scale 1/32, Back to the Future, yada yada, blah blah blah. And you know, there's a nice bit of detail for the undercarriage that they really don't have to put in there, because I mean, who's really looking at the undercarriage? So here it looks like we've got a paint amp in amongst all this chrome, and then there's a few paint amps, looks like, here and there on the back. And then of course the doors do open upwards like they're supposed to. Nice bit of molded detail inside the car as well. Let me see if I can get my little pin light here and we can take a look at more what's going on the inside. Probably not, though. Let's see. So, yeah. There's the flux capacitor back there. Really hard to make it out. But a lot of instruments in the panel there. So, I like it. I think it's got a good bit of detail for this scale. And then, again, kind of can see the flux capacitor back there. And then nice details in the seat. Nice details all along for this vehicle. And again, you know, it should be, because they pretty much got it right the first time they did it with the original Back to the Future 132 scale. And then updated a little bit for part 2, and then updated again a little bit for part 3, but for the most part this is the part 2 car, just like in the movie, except for the wheels and this piece on the hood. But very nice and a good representation of how the vehicle appeared in the movie. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons, and here we have the Jada Toys Hollywood Rides 1:32 scale Back to the Future 3 time machine with the Jada Hollywood Rides 1:32 scale Back to the Future Part 2 time machine, and the Jada Toys Hollywood Rides Back to the Future time machine, all of which we all know are DeLoreans. For our final set of comparison, let's see how it scales up with some Transformers. And here we have the Jada Toys Hollywood Rides 1:32 scale Back to the Future Part 3 time machine with the Transformers Titans Returns Legends class Bumblebee, and the Transformers, the Amazon exclusive Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy Earthrise Leader class Alternate Universe Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Jada Toys Hollywood Rides 1:32 scale Back to the Future Part 3 time machine, or DeLorean. I'm sure there's some legal reason they can't call it that. But for the final thoughts on this version of the time machine, I have to say, you know, other than the piece on the hood and the wheels, it's exactly the same as the Back to the Future Part 2 Jada Toys 1:32 scale version of the vehicle, which is fitting because, you know, they were pretty much the same except for those key visual differences, at least. And I'm glad that they have finally gotten the Part 3 version of the vehicle out. I've been waiting for a while for it, and now I've got all 3, so that completes the set. Unless, of course, they do a 1:32 scale train time machine, and we'll see. I doubt that they do, because it just doesn't I don't think it'll fit in well with this line. It won't fit in with the price point for this line, at least. But I do think this is a good representation of the vehicle. If you're a die-cast collector and you have one or both of the other versions of the vehicle, you really want this one to just complete and cap off that collection so that you have all 3 different versions of the vehicle from each of the movies. And, you know, I like the, you know, there's a little bit of paint on here. There's some either Tampo or stickers on here, and it has nice detailing on the interior, although it's hard to see on camera a lot of times, even when you shine a light inside. But it is a really nice version for this scale, and it does fit in well with, you know, Transformers or at least the newer Transformers that tend to run at the 1:32 scale, at least for the Earth-based vehicles, the cars and trucks and such. Not necessarily the planes or space shuttles, or, you know, anything beyond four-wheeled car and truck type vehicles. But again, I'm really glad that they finally gotten this Part 3 version out, and now my Back to the Future Hollywood Rides collection feels complete. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel reviewing. If you're interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link. And see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.